citizens. That town will never amount to anything. It's too far away from the Mississippi River. All us true blue boys, I'm talking real true blue boys, those are boys that are in trouble more than not. We climb up Holiday Hill every morning on our way to school, 300 feet up above the river, just to take in the morning air and our last chance to smoke our pipes before school. We could see 5 or 10 miles up and down the river. The river was a mile wide at Handle. We could see the deep, dense forest on the shorelines of Illinois beckoning to us. Come over! Come over! Skip school! The rather good times we had on the days we skipped school was worth any pain we had to endure. What was a few minutes pain from a good birching compared to a whole day of doing what suits a boy? Tom Blankenship and I would borrow a raft. We'd borrow the man's raft. Oh, we'd borrow it before sunrise. We'd return it after sunset. We never asked him if we could. We took it for granted. We were nice boys. Well, one day John Briggs borrowed the raft, and Tom Blankenship and I accidentally borrowed some red paint, and we painted up red like a steamboat coming. All aboard. Hear the roaring of its engines? Sounds like a train so loud. Anyway, we brought Tom Blankenship and I accidentally borrowed some red paint. We thought that raft looked very dull, so we painted her up red, and she looked dandy. We pulled up and down Bear Creek all day long, calling out riverboat orders and practicing cussing so we could become cusseteers. But at the end of the day, something happened to the boys, and they'll look at the raft like, they knew there was something wrong. Tom Blankenship said, "What be it, little Sam? What be it?" I said, "It's a dilemma." He turned, because those boys, they needed me for 2 reasons. Because I was tiny, they'd have never let me hang out with them, because I was so tiny. But they needed me for, like for instance, when they couldn't figure out what to do, Tom Blankenship said, "Little Sam, keep your face buried in books, fetch up something we could do." And I'd be ready for them, you see. Something from Robin Hood or Arabian Nights, and we'd go up on Holiday Hill and play it. Or if they needed a word, and that's what they needed now. "What be it, little Sam?" he said. I said, "It's a dilemma." He turned and said, "Little Sam says it's a dilemma, boys." I said, "It's not a dilemma, you big idiot." "Oh, what is it?" "It's a dilemma." "Well, what be that?" The man's not going to recognize his raft. I know this man. He's a sensitive man. He is. He came out this morning, he saw his raft was going, he went, "Oh, I tied that raft in 3 places. How could we go?" And he has pondered it all day long. And I know this man. If he comes out in the morning and sees a red raft, his eyes going to roll up like that to his brain like that, and he's going to start drooling out of his mouth and twitching a little and gurgling and boiling his brain. He may never be able to work again and support his family. We cannot return this raft. "Well, little Sam, that'd be stealing. Aren't we all going to go to hell in a bucket of spit?" I said, "No, we're not going to go to hell in a bucket of spit. God's going to look down and say, those little boys are being irresponsible." And that's not a sin. Being a boy or being irresponsible. God's just going to say, if they were stealing, I'd send them to hell in a bucket of spit, but they're just being irresponsible. "Well, what are we going to do, little Sam?" "We're going to keep her." And all the boys says, "Hurrah!" And we named her Cecilia after our favorite steamboat. And we put a sail on her. We'd sail out to the Snai Islands where we'd fish. Then we'd laze around by the campfire with the corn, pone, coffee, and fish heated on the fire, smoking our pipes and practicing to become cusseteers. But when the